Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trekking Across the Universe. Today is Saturday, well, at least out here on the West Coast, September 23rd, 2023, and we have a lot of stuff that we're going to be going over today. Of course, you know who I am, Roger, and if you hear some beeps, I think one of my phones is going crazy for some inane reason. Want to welcome Admiral Greg. How you doing there?
Doing well, thank you.
Excellent. And there is Aaron with his handle there. How you doing, Aaron?
Hello. Yeah, I finally remembered to put it in, so
That is good. I appreciate that. And hi, Lothcat. Hi, I did send you a message. Okay, I believe you, and I guess I'm gonna have to check it out then. So, folks, thank you. Wow, we already have our first like. Thank you, Jay. And we'll get to it, folks. This is Saturday night, Sunday morning for Aaron. Star Trek Lower Decks, Episode 4. Something borrowed, something green. I didn't get the runtime. Of course, it was under 30 minutes. It was 20 some minutes. I don't have it. Written by Grace Parageni and directed by Bob Suarez. Wow. Episode 4. Before we get into it, let me know some of your thoughts. Greg, what'd you think?
It was okay.
Okay. It was okay. Aaron?
I really liked it. I thought that it was a good exploration of the backstory of perhaps the Star Trek culture that we don't really see that much of, but we hear about them a lot.
Actually, quite a bit. Yes, that is interesting. I would agree with both of you on it. There was there was some good in this episode. It was cool. Feel like maybe Rutherford and Boimler myself. So, didn't get a chance to visit the planet, but it did sound good. So, hi, Jay. Hi, Susie. Hi, Lothcat. Glad you guys are all here. But apparently, I received a message. Let me see. Oh, someone by the name of Greg says 5 minute warning. Was that like 8 minutes ago? Oh, yeah,
Oh
probably.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Okay.
send one response. Forgive me, and we'll see. I apologize. So I'm a bit behind. Okay, well, folks, as I mentioned, the episode there was some good stuff. This is one of the few times in a while that I had laughed out loud. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And I wonder where you gentlemen, you probably know, especially for my love of the character. I don't know if I dislike the character, but there were 3 moments that I just laughed. I mean, genuinely laughed out loud, and it was good. There was there was some stuff in this episode which was all right. I already did, Greg.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I think we're gonna have someone else join us right now for tonight. But the episode is Tendi is summoned to Orion for a wedding. Wow. We know what the Orions are into. Slavery, and well, I guess that's in line with the weddings, but that's neither here nor there. That's a Western opinion. But let's get to it. What are some of the things you guys want to talk about right off? Greg, what hit you about this episode, or what were some of the scenes?
Oh, I absolutely got a kick out of the underground stuff going on Orion and the different clubs, the pheromone clubs. I thought that was hilarious. They're on the moans. I thought that was funny. I love the junkyard. Um, and of course, I mean, it seems like this is going to be a thing this season. This mysterious spaceship that keeps evaporating these other ships, where we get to see other lower deck crews. And you know, so far, I think that's been charming. We've had the Romulans, the Klingons, the Andorians. Who was the other one? Was there a fourth
Ooh.
one, or did we only do three so far?
This is the
It's only
fourth
three.
episode, but the third, yes, the third
Okay, so we
engagement.
didn't
Yes,
have one last week.
right.
Okay,
Yeah, but they're all getting wasted, man.
yeah,
Oh, uh, Susie says, I thought it was funny that the guys were exotic dancers and male servants, slaves to the mom. Yes, and we just lost Lothcat or Elizabeth. I don't know. Maybe she'll be able
she
to
may be
return.
having difficulties.
Yeah, actually joined us earlier in the day, actually 12 hours ago for a sports program, and had a power outage. Poor thing. So hopefully it didn't happen again.
Wow.
This is California,
Oh yeah, your poor
fifth
grid.
largest economy in the world, and yet we might have power outages. But it wasn't that hot down here. But what do I know?
Well,
Uh,
last week during Hurricane Lee, it was kind of like a non-event, and the house in Maine lost power,
oh, really?
and then the generator broke.
Okay. Fair enough. Aaron, tell me, what are some of the things that stood out for you on this one?
I was just going to say with what Greg was talking about before about how we see sort of these lower deck um, characters be brutally killed. I think what's sad is that they're so charming and like each sort of social dynamic is so charming, and then to see them just vaporized is so heartbreaking because I want to know more, especially the Romulan one that we saw. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I
That one
really
was.
appreciated that the Orion ship is supposed to look like the Orion ship in the animated series, like with the pinks and the design of like the chair and things like that. I thought that was like a really nice touch. Um, so yeah,
I have to tell you that seeing the underworld of Orion, and for a while there, I was mistaking it with Andor, and T Lin being thrilled about getting information about Andor. I'm like, no, wait a minute, idiot. They're not the enemy. Andor is the enemy. This is Orion. But I appreciated how T Lin was just, ooh, I'm going to get an opportunity. Do I get to go? And her commentary, along with Mariners about the other two, the bros moving in together. That was rather amusing. And seeing them, yeah, it was crazy. T. Lin said the emotional closeness is rather unpleasant.
she had some
So,
crackers this episode. There was another one right at the start where she says something along the lines of celebrating nothing is illogical.
yes, as a matter of fact, I love it. Celebrating lack of purpose is illogical. That was good. I thought that was good as well. So let me see. I'm actually getting quite a few comments from a few people, but I don't know where they're coming from. So, but all right. We are receiving lots of likes. So thank you. Lothcat says, I'm getting major issues. I have huge feedback with all of you overlapping. Wow. Can you imagine? My voice is already annoying enough as it is, but I'm all right with it. I think Mariner says, I have to get away from Boimler, Rutherford, and all they're moving in together. So this will be good. And
yep.
that's
They're finishing
ridiculous.
each other's sentences. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it
Little
was funny.
bromance going on.
Yeah, the Endorian Linen, both of them loved it.
Yes,
And
I thought that was
then
hilarious.
Rutherford says, I hope my squirming is okay and it's not bothering you. And Boimler says, oh, no, it's gentle. It's great. And it was pretty odd. I've had bunkmates before, but never along like that. I think we just discussed, like, dude, you're loud. What were you dreaming? That was it. That was the extent of it.
I like
That's
how he
But
says
funny.
that he's fixing engineering problems in his sleep. That's why he's moving around so a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yes. The bonsai tree. Okay. That was their little pet. And both of them wanted that pet. And they were arguing about the mister. Wow. That
I
was
I
also
like
love.
that the bonsai tree is from the episode where the replicator malfunctions and Boimler gets a bonsai tree, and he like he's quite resentful of the fact that he's got it. So I like the fact that he's kept it all this time because I think that was like series one that that was in.
oh my God, gentlemen. You nodded, Greg, on that. I forgot
Yeah,
about that. You're right. That was a wonderful going back. Also,
the other one was the model of Deep Space Nine that's on the bookshelf um,
and
that
the
he got at
poster.
Quarks.
Yes. I thought that was interesting too, that that was back there. Susie says, I thought it was funny when the Klingon ate it. Well, someone did eat it, yes. But we'll get to that in a little bit. I actually knew the character, I knew who it was. And it sounded like the voice of Chancellor Martok. It's not the same, but it does
I was
sound.
trying to look that up, but I was running late too tonight.
Maybe we can look that one up. But um, it was interesting how they were arguing over the mister, and Boimler says, "Hey, I have a green thumb. It's genetic with me, pal. It goes all the way back to my grandma." And then Rutherford says, "But I have the proper algorithm." So that was kind of cool when they were fighting about that. That was neat. And then they get into it, and then they decide to resolve their issues by going all Samuel Clemens on everyone. You rolled your eyes, Greg.
It was it was goofy, but the longer it went on, I found myself laughing at it.
I love the lexicon. I loved the words.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was
it was great.
that they were keeping it going and making it work. I was very impressed with.
But while that was going on, we have Tendi going down to the planet with Mariner and Tillin in tow, and they meet Mom, the warrior queen Shauna, and Bert.
Bert,
That made me laugh
B
out loud.
apostrophe RT,
Oh, okay.
not
All right.
yep. That I like that. I mean, it was the sort of thing I expected from Lower Decks. To have all the women have these like exotic names, and Bert.
Yeah, that was good. I spelt it out Bert. I didn't know that there was an apostrophe on that one. That was great. And they're
Well, I
talking
just saw
about
that on IMDb, so
ah,
and it was
bridal
cool.
kidnappings are commonplace, apparently. But
Yes,
after the when she says yes to before the invites going out. Okay. So they definitely do have other way of doing things. And I'm all over the place, but uh, Freeman is in contact with a child enough because they're arguing that it's their nebula too, and they're the ones that are going to go in there. And it's an oscillating nebula. Aaron, what is that? What's an oscillating nebula? I understand the word. Admiral Greg, what's an
It goes
oscillating
in and
nebula?
out. I don't know.
yeah, it like phases
That
in
was
and
good.
out. So it was only going to be there to study for a short time.
Yeah. I think it was a one in a lifetime event, so that was cool. Uh, I would have loved to have seen a little bit more on it, but the whole idea was that they were arguing over that, and sure enough, the Chaldnoth, not the Klingons, it was a Chaldnoth, Susie. And I actually knew what it was before they mentioned it, so that was kind of cool. They mentioned it after the fact, if I'm not mistaken, but it was really neat. They come up with the idea of trying to save the diplomatic tie because it's not working, and somehow Freeman believes those two idiots go to the holodeck and act like Edward Allan Poe. And of course, Edgar Allan Poe, Samuel Clemens. Come on, folks. You saw the connection with the ship, right? I did. That was Annika. What is Seven of Nines role? Annika
Hansen.
Hansen. Thank you. The Hansens ship, right? The
Oh
Raven.
yeah, yeah. The Raven. Yep.
Yeah. Did you get that, Greg? The moment I saw it, I was like, the Raven.
I thought it was either that or the executive transport that Scotty was on in the episode with
Oh, the
the Dyson
Janolan.
sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because both were almost a similar model.
Okay. I like that. I have to tell you that poor Mariner, I actually have a little bit of sympathy for her, but I have to tell you, I loved it. When they're in the bar, when she's meeting, Tendy's meeting her high school friend, right away they greet her with the blade flying. Poor Mariner gets impaled. I was like, wow, that hurt. Okay. The second time that she got impaled, I
Same
laughed
spot.
out loud. Oh my God, I did. I laughed big time. And then the third time where they find De Erica, and she's like, "Oh, wait! I'm gonna go over here." I didn't see that one coming. Did you guys see that one coming?
I feel like it was one of those moments where I was like, "This is gonna happen again," and I'm not gonna laugh because they're like really milking it. And as soon as it happened, I was like, "That was hilarious." I laughed out loud.
I did too.
I knew they were milking it, but damn, did I not laugh? I'm like, man, do I really dislike the character of Mariner? Because she's like, "Oh man," I think she swore the first time, right?
No, I
Uh,
thought she enjoyed it, didn't she? It was like, yeah, getting into the
okay.
local
Oh, right.
culture.
The ambiance. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. The second time, I think she did swear, and I think that's why I laughed out loud. But the third time, I'm sorry. I did. I found that very funny.
I think also the
Susie.
third time you don't actually see it because she's hiding behind the thing. You just hear it.
Yes.
But like,
Thank
was
you.
Talin fixing her every time? Because they
Well,
only showed Talin with her the last time.
yeah, the first time Mariner kept it for a while. She was only, and I don't remember on the second one, but on the third one, yeah, Tillin was attending. And do you know what was cool? I know you gentlemen caught it was when Dearica and Tendi were having it out, and basically she says, "You abandoned me for science." Tillin was going to intercede, and Mariner's, nope, this is between sisters. Stay out of it. It is real cool that Tillin was going to defend Tendi. But Mariner says, nope, this is bigger than this is Mike. What is it? It is familial, but it's huge.
Yeah,
Right,
the
right. I love the jar of all the knives at the bar. That was, I guess, part of the ambiance. Yes. It was good. Now, my nights were Mariner held on to Tillin and they settled their stuff. And both Mariner and Tillin were like, yeah, we were kind of intimidated by your skill. So there was a lot of good stuff in there. Um, it was good, man. Now, to resolve things, the Chalna flipped out on the holodeck and then said, what is a bonsai tree? I should have seen it coming. They showed him. You all saw what happened. What were your thoughts, Aaron?
I feel like that storyline was kind of like more of a C story, and uh, it didn't really get me. It was like kind of like filler, and I would have been happy if they were all in Tindy's story. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
I thought the thing with the mist was funny. Like when Rutherford accidentally, sprayed.
You misted me.
Yes, I thought that was funny. And then when after the Chalna ate the tree, he's like, "I need some mist."
Yeah, that was funny. I did appreciate that. It was good. But poor the both of the boys, they were shattered because of bonsai tree. And I think what there was a leaf left over or something.
Yes, yes.
yeah, a little tweak.
A little twig. Do you think they're going to try to grow it again?
I mean, it was a source of conflict, so I hope not.
Yeah, no kidding. It really was. The detail of going into Orion, the planet itself, it was really cool. Lothcat says, I agree, Aaron. It was definitely a subplot and filler. It's rare when a Star Trek story, even a short one of this, has three storylines. One of the best, and I don't know if Aaron would, and he is a storyteller amongst the two of us. Star Trek First Contact had three storylines, which is rare for a big movie. And if you really think about it, there's really four storylines. I'll go over that on another day. But if you look at first, there's a lot going on in that story. But that's neither here nor there. I didn't realize that, Aaron, that there was a third story, and that was between Freeman, the Chalna, and the bonsai tree. There was a lot, folks. I do notice that in my notes, I didn't have as many scenes or images in this one. I always draw a line whenever there's a brand new scene, and there weren't that many. The story moved forward, and yeah, it was a bit talky, but it was good. I did enjoy. Oh, her comment. I said, "Man, you are ostentatious." And when Mariner says, "I come from a post uh you know paradise planet and this is still awesome, man. You got a lot of stuff. Look at that door and all this stuff." Well, we're barely the fifth largest organized family on Orion. Like, wow. um
Yeah, I
she's
think
a,
I think it was good that we explored the Orion sort of cultural dynamics and things like that and what their planet have we been to Orion before?
No. I mean, we
So
I don't
saw
think so.
the Orion sector on the Klingon world in Discovery.
yep, Yep. Which was kind of like the bar, like the nightlife bar,
Yeah,
like in this
yeah,
episode. So
or brothel.
And there's
yeah,
the bar in Seattle, Washington. That's also Orion. She says, "Oh, well, this place is not unlike a place in Seattle, Washington, too." So that was kind of cool. So the Orion's up there as well.
Is it like a rave club
Well,
with
she said
go-go
it was
dancers and
almost
stuff?
the exact same thing as in Seattle. So go figure. Oh, I'm sorry, Loth Cat. Yeah, the whole planet was green. I didn't
Yes,
notice that. Was?
yes.
yeah.
I did not get that. I also did appreciate when they found the Orion, they were in that junkyard. I It was cool that that's where Tendi grew up, but she always dreamed of going to the stars. Her thing was science. Oh yeah, Loth Cat. When you were trying to get in, we talked about that. The Quark poster. That was cool. Um, did you guys catch at the very beginning when these Romulan supply, or I'm sorry, the Orion, I don't know, the backup people, the ones that supply the supplies, they, I guess they had finished doing something where they had a TOS phaser.
Yep. And they're like, "This is junk." Throws away.
Yes.
I was like,
Yeah.
"No."
Right. Yeah, I did. I'm like, what are you
That was my
doing?
first thought too, and I'm like, oh well, it's probably what 80, 90 years old.
Yeah. Hey, are you using the image from Boimler's quarters or from this episode?
Yes.
That is cool. That is neat.
The reason being, because I got a big kick out of this in the episode with Quarks. This is the AMT Deep Space Nine model, and note the red and blue.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. I got my Enterprise there.
I thought that was part of the back.
I did as well. Yes.
Yes, I can. I can actually manipulate things in the background.
And you know what is so cool? Just off to your right, our left, there's like a screen active. Dude, it looks like
Oh,
you're
it's actually not on,
it's your
but yeah,
monitor.
it looks weird.
That looks good.
It's
Now,
stuck in transporter suspension.
Yeah, it's actually not on.
but you do see it, right? Oh, actually, it looks cool. Dude, you have a wonderful special effect going, or I don't know what you would call that visual effect. I don't know.
Oh, now I can't turn the background off.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, since you showed off your toy, I'm going to show off my toy. I think Aaron's already seen it. I think you, Greg, have as well.
Oh, that is bizarre. Oh well, I'm having silly problems.
This is not the original. As you know, I had an original and my nephew destroyed it. One
Oh,
of the only
what?
models that I painted, but this is the limited edition. It says one of 20,000, and like an idiot, I thought it was one of 20,000.
Uh,
Like, no, no, no. I don't know what the number is on this one. I haven't looked it up.
Oh, that's the awesome one with the extended decal set.
It also has one of the shuttles on there. I'm not sure which number it is.
Which also won't fit in the shuttle bay.
Of course, right. But yeah, and I don't know if there's a Kazon in there.
No, there isn't a case on in that
No.
kit.
But yeah, this is Voyager. I have a love for Voyager, and everyone online knows that I have an affinity for
That
Voyager.
is a finicky kit to build.
I built it the first time. It was beautiful. I painted it. I put the decals. It was glorious. And it held a wonderful place in our living room until my nephew thought that of all the toys that I let him play with, all the figures, that's the one he wanted, not anyone else. And I kept telling my sister, said, look, Alma, don't be a just, oh, but he's not going to. She couldn't even finish the sentence.
Oh,
that's so
there's a
painful and sad.
there's a comment from Elizabeth we got to put up. So I only got to see it once. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. I missed that.
Huh.
Horror, huh?
I didn't catch that, but you're a lot quicker than I am. I did not. Now, there is something in the episode that did subconsciously give me a callback to something, but it wasn't that. And I know what you're near to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm familiar with that because of my older sister. She used to, she was into the Hollywood scene, the West Hollywood in the 70s and 80s. So I actually knew how to sing "Let's Do a Time Warp Again." Actually, I think I even knew how to dance to it. That's the sad thing.
It's just a jump to the left.
Very good. And then a step to the right. Very good, Craig.
And then you
Yes.
put your hands on your hips.
Yep. Oh my God. Yes. I had forgotten it, but I knew how to dance that years ago. So judge me as you so
It's
see
getting
fit.
on Halloween season, so I'll
That's
probably be
right.
watching that about 3 or 4 times in the next 5 weeks.
Yes, it is. Now, T Lynn earlier in the episode, and oh, is there something going on the East Coast? Michael, how you doing? Did you lose track of time?
No, no, it's just well, we have
Are you having trouble getting in?
I did have troubles getting in. Yeah,
Uh-oh, because Lothcat did too.
yeah, I was having troubles. It was like, why can't I get in? Then I finally got in. No, we're having a tropical storm, but never
Oh, really?
know. Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to rain today, but it did absolutely nothing up
Yeah,
here.
it was delayed. Yeah, so we got it today. So yeah.
Well, you joined us at a perfect time, Michael. We are actually, apparently, Elizabeth pointed out she believes, first of all, she is weird. We know that. But am I the only one who caught the connection of Rocky Horror and the Little Mermaid in the sex den? I did not. Did you get that vibe? I did not.
Uh-uh.
Oh, wait. No. It is you, Lothcat. It is you. It is. We
Oh
just
wait,
know.
is she talking about like in for the Little Mermaid, like the main the friend that she was visiting? Is that the Little Mermaid reference?
Lothcat, let us know.
Like the
But
way that she speaks, because
I don't
that's
know,
potentially
but
the
I
Little
thought
Mermaid reference.
the bartender was interesting.
oh, okay. And in the bar, when they're playing that death game, Mariner loses it.
Oh,
I didn't know you knew how to. I never
yeah.
have. I guess I'm just good at it. That was funny. You know, there is a lot more to Tendy that we still don't know. She's all like, "Oh no, this is all boring." Whatever. No, remember there was an episode when she went undercover. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. This explains so much.
Yeah, she was an operative undercover. So Lothcat, did you get what Aaron said? So other than that, Michael, what are some of your thoughts? As you know, I like to ask everyone their thought as we begin the episode, but we've actually been we may actually have already discussed the entire episode. So
Oh,
what are
well,
some of your
that's good. It's a
thoughts?
good time for me to come in, give you a grade. Well, as I
what
told you the other day, I was having issues because of Orion's but I tried to get over it. I watched it again
Okay, that's
yesterday.
all I heard was I
Yeah.
tried to get over it. I okay, Greg thought it was okay. I believe Aaron did enjoy it. I did enjoy it as well. I did, Michael. I don't know if you know this or not, but every time Mariner was impaled, dude, I died. Well, not the first time, of course, but the second and third time, I just died laughing. I think I don't like the Mariner character. So
Oh,
seeing
I
her in
do.
pain, seeing her in pain, I actually like the Mariner character on Strange New Worlds. I don't know why, but it seemed a bit more real. Boimler, I like him in both, but I like Mariner in Strange New Worlds. I think it's because she toned it down a bit. Because as a voice actor, I don't think you have to worry about your physical stuff. And in Strange New Worlds, you got to be real. She's a marvelous person, and I love what she does. But yeah, she's insane. Yes. So Ursula and the sex creation from Rocky Horror. Oh, so maybe. Look, Lothcat, you got to join us. Try again.
So I
So
think like the character that they visit In the
It's her high school friend in the
no,
bar.
no, no, no. It's the next place they go
Oh,
to.
the mom in
Yeah,
the sex den, right?
yeah, yeah. That's the little moment.
Oh, she had hair
Oh,
like
Yeah, yeah,
Ursula.
yeah. And she talks a bit
Okay.
like her as well. It's funny actually because when we were watching it, my partner said exactly the same thing. I was just trying to find that bit, but that's what it is. Yeah.
oh, okay. No, I missed
And
it.
I didn't notice anybody in gold shorts.
Yeah, I don't get the Rocky Horror reference.
Well, there were a bunch of people in the den playing, having just the shorts on, so I don't know if that was it. So
I thought that was a reference to the Discovery episode where they're all like go-go dancers and in jock
Oh,
straps and stuff.
that was funny with Philippa. That was funny.
yeah, actually it was. Michael, since you were able to get over your
Mhm.
first thoughts, did you? What did you think of the episode? This one.
I mean, it was okay. As it wasn't one of my favorite, but I did. I remember what you told me about how much you laughed about Mariner, and I would admit I did too.
Oh, you did?
I did. I did.
Sorry.
And I think it was because of you said it, and then I started thinking about it, and then I go, "Oh, here it comes. Let's see what I think about it." And that first time, I mean, I just went, "Oh, I see what Roger was talking about." Then the
I don't know if
second
I
and the
laughed.
third, and then it was
Oh,
like, "Oh,
yes.
this is too much." Yeah.
I really exploded in laughter on the second one because she got down and she's like, "Oh, mother!" I'm sorry, I apologize. Because it sounded real, and it was her poor luck. She was taking it for the. Geez, if anyone paid on this episode, it was Mariner. And then the third time, even though Aaron, I think, said he knew it was coming, I kind of did not. I still died laughing when they threw the. This is Orion culture. They throw blades, baby. So that's kind of funny. Throw the blade, it bounces, and it impales Mariner hidden behind the boxes. I'm sorry. I, I'm sorry. I thought that was funny. But
I just
okay.
thought it funny. It was in the same exact spot every time.
Well, they were cutting down on costs for animation.
Right. We have it established that they were reusing parts. Last episode, great catch, Aaron, that they were reusing props. So maybe it was the exact same thing. It's a lot easier to just do one cut and just have it, miraculously hit again. That was cool. Susie says she's insane. It was good stuff. But what else, Michael, other than the impaling? And I'm glad you laughed, buddy. Michael did tell me, and forgive me, that on his first viewing, he said, I don't think it did it for me. I'm paraphrasing.
No, I mean, it still didn't really, but it was better than the first time. So I mean,
And
I
then I
tried to see away from it being Orions. As I said, I have issues with Orions because of fan films and all the problems we've had with Orions. So
okay. I guess I can see that.
and so I had when I said, "Oh, it's Orions," and then that was my first thing, and it was like, "Oh," and yeah. So I tried not to think about that the second time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else did you guys get out of the episodes? Did you guys see any other connections? Like I said, I caught the Raven at the end and the Samuel Clemens connection. I was like, okay, that's creative. All right, I'm all right with that. I thought it was interesting that Tendi could hot wire a stolen starship. It's like, okay, her skills, man, and she's just a scientist, but she's an operative. Do you think she's Section 31?
Nah.
Well, maybe
Talks
she's
too
the
much.
Orion equivalent. I mean, who knows?
Nah.
Aaron,
She
you wanted to say
loves
something?
science.
One thing that I saw online that someone drew a reference to was one of the sets in the Orion planet. There's like a background piece, and it's from the cage when like Vena's dancing. There's like a bit of decor, and
Oh,
they've matched that. I
I'm
saw
gonna
that.
have to look at that.
I'm gonna have to look at that again. I'm not sure if I mentioned to you, Aaron, and thanks, Lothcat, for trying again. I know this is like your third
It
or fourth
works this
attempt.
time. It
Oh,
worked.
awesome.
Hey there.
I know you
Hello.
had
What a
Hey, Greg.
problems.
voice.
Thank you for joining us, and thanks for seeing it through. Michael was having some issues as well, but he has a tropical storm out there on the East Coast screwing with him. So,
Well,
um,
I've been dealing with this, whatever has been going on with the power and this. It's been frustrating as hell because I can't get into half my stuff.
Oh.
is your windmill on your farm not spinning, or the
No,
cow is not?
the cow's not working fast enough.
That's what it is. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you'll determine a way to get that cow, that moo, to move.
These poor innocent people have no clue what we're talking about.
And that's all right with me.
I thought you used mice, so I'm surprised.
Ooh. What were
No,
some of
it's
the
a
things?
unicycle, Michael.
Okay. For the cow.
Well, I see,
The cow.
and I thought it was, you use cows because of Cosmo, but I guess I'm wrong.
Ah,
Oh, so you're the milkster-ette? Again, they don't know what we're talking about. That's kind of messed up
which
now.
is great.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
okay.
We interviewed someone, and his mom referred to her son as the chief milkster because he was so good at what he would do. So we apologize, folks. That genuinely is an art.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was funny. It was darn funny. But
I'm familiar with how that has to work, so that has some serious connotations there.
oh yeah, and his mom said he was good at it.
Yeah.
That's why he was the chief milkster.
Uh-huh.
So, Michael and Lothcat, thank you for joining us. Share some of the stuff on the episode. What you guys thought was good, bad. Did you want to clarify, Liz, about some of the items that we may have missed in the Rocky Horror, Little Mermaid, Star Trek trifecta?
I've been cutting in and out so badly. I'm not sure what you did cover and what you
Sounds like a
didn't.
personal problem.
No, it's never mind.
So
Anyways,
yeah,
but I
what was the Little Mermaid reference?
it was in the fact if you watch them go into the sex den, it's the madam definitely has Ursula's hair, her makeup,
Okay.
her voluptuousness, granted a little bit thinner, but it's still dead on Ursula. And then you combine that with one of the sex people that were up on the slaves. I think he worked for Tandy's family. Um, the way he's acting, if you notice his haircut, which is blonde or very white, it's 100% Rocky Horror. And for the life of me, I cannot. I've seen this movie so much I can quote it, and I can't think of his name at the moment. The creature.
Rocky.
Yeah, thank you. You can kill. You can kill me later. You can kill me later. It's been a long day. It's been a frustrating day.
See,
It has been.
I'm skipping through it right now, and the other thing about that I'm thinking about, I probably didn't notice it because I was on the other side of the screen, is where the guy's like just inhaling from the girl's armpit, and the
Oh, I
whole thing with
know.
the pheromones cracked me up. But I'm looking at the cage he's in. It kind of looks like the elevator.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
I'm definitely gonna have to check that out again. But
I'll,
gentlemen,
I'll have to bring
oh,
I'll have to bring up Rocky Horror and take a look at it later when I'm not streaming because I'd have to stream that. I don't have it slurped.
we
Weird
all
things
have
catch my eye.
yes, we all have a
Apparently.
massive connection to Star Trek. We have three producers, Elizabeth, up on top. They've done
Oh,
some
come on. I
incredible
did
stuff.
one crappy film.
So anyway,
That
we
still
have three
counts.
producers up on top that have done some incredible stuff, and they're still involved to a lesser extent. Elizabeth, I don't know about you, but this is the most shocking thing that we're talking Star Trek and sex dens. I never ever thought that we would be doing a review program with Star Trek and sex dens. Did you, Aaron, Michael, Greg?
I mean, I feel like they've
Discovery
appeared
opened the
before,
door.
just not as explicitly.
I
That's where we
Wait,
are.
I don't think I ever scrutinized the sextet as much looking for this Rocky Horror reference.
This is funny. This is funny.
Well, if you think about it, it was in the cage too, kind of. So
Yeah, but that was more like,
Well, I'm just saying,
the
but
belly dancer
it
type of
was
idea.
a long time ago, so it was very toned
It was
down.
very
But it was,
sanitized.
yeah.
So you're saying that I'm a bad influence on you,
No,
and I need to.
no. Deal with the
I,
big dog.
I'm
That's
looking
the bad
at
influence.
it critically, right? I'm examining it critically. I'm not like
Okay.
looking at it as like,
He's
is
only
anything
looking at it
stimulating.
for sniffing armpits. He's looking at it critically.
I actually did not. I actually got weirded out when that happened.
Oh
I
my
actually
god,
did
that was
not like that.
hilarious.
I
It's like
noticed you said
instead
that.
of ecstasy, they're all up on the women's pheromones. I'm sorry. I thought that was hilarious.
And yes, but there were some suggestive movements by the dancers. I'm like, wait a minute, is this rated PG? I mean, what
It
is
was
this
it was TV
anyway?
14.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's fine. Like I'm not dumb. I'm not naive, but it is what it is. I just think it's funny right now that we're Star Trek / sex dens. This is hilarious. So
Well, Discovery paved the way.
that is true. Well,
Go Philippa.
Enterprise
Okay.
had some
Yeah.
stuff in there too with the gel. Michael, did you catch that someone said earlier that there's a reference to the cage as well in this?
I'm looking for that now. Yeah.
I'll send it to Michael and maybe he can put it up.
I
Oh,
think
yes,
like as I'm
because trekking
scrolling.
across the sorry, I'm sorry, Greg. I had to cut in right there. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Trekking Across the Universe with Michael Day and
That's
Beth.
right.
That's right.
That's
And all
right.
his minions.
You're his what?
And she said, and his minion, she said.
Yeah, that won't fly. I will easily go for trekking across the universe with Michael Day. That's easy. But I am not a minion. What did Worf say? We talked about it last week. I am not a merry man. And then Q used minions in Q Who. No, I'm sorry. No, not Q Who. Q Who was the second season. What was the third season episode? Oh my God, gentlemen, bit of trivia. When Q appears, he loses his power. Was that Q-less? Uh-oh. We're getting a little advanced in age. And the only reason why Aaron doesn't answer is because he's trying to get that image over to Michael. Because it's not
I
Cupid.
remember the
That's in the fifth season.
episode.
Dude, that was a great episode when Q lost his powers.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, and Data laughed at the end. But anyway, Michael, what are some of the other stuff that you saw in this episode that either annoyed you or you did appreciate? I'm glad you laughed. I'm sorry, dude. I did. Every time Mariner got stabbed, I genuinely laughed. Hey, sorry.
I'm
Oh.
trying to save this image of
I
Aaron.
said, I sorry, and now she's trying to get in. Well, while you do that,
Ooh, ouch.
Nice
good.
background.
So is it
Elizabeth.
because of the purple drapes and the columns?
No,
you
I
can't-
don't
you
know.
can't
No,
see-
it's
Yeah, it's a little off screen.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm only skipping through. I was trying not to actually like watch the episode while we're here.
Yeah,
Understood.
it makes it, yeah.
Now, it was interesting how she was trying to downplay everything. She was genuinely embarrassed. It seemed like it. And she was embarrassed for two.
There it is.
Oh, look at the background.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the purple drape. I didn't. notice
Oh.
the
That's
oranges.
interesting. That is deliberate.
Nice
Look at right
catch.
next to Mariner on the close up.
Yeah.
It's the same pattern back there.
Oh my goodness.
It's the same pattern.
Those rats, man.
They have nothing else better to do.
Folks, it's close enough. And if you look
Oh, the lattice work.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
now,
Yeah.
now, guys, stop.
the
Hold
word.
that image, please. Keep it there. Check it out. Where Vina is, there's a slight hue to her right, which is slightly purple. And look, underneath the lattice pattern, there's a slight hue of purple. Come on, man. That is crazy. That is crazy. If maybe that was just accidental, I don't know, but wow.
That's funny.
These guys are. And look, there was a water fountain, and there was on Tendy's property as well, or the planet. There were several water fountains. Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And look, there's Mariner with her wounds.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, with her wound.
I'm sure by the end of the week, every Easter egg will be online
Yeah.
somewhere.
Greg, sometimes it's within a day, even a few hours after the episode debuts. If it debuts on Thursday morning, I think by midday there's already some episodes out. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I don't
I
know if
like
you
to look for them. Sorry.
I don't like to look for them either. We talked about this in the very first episode that sometimes they have over 100 tie-ins. That's crazy, man. I have nor the time nor the inclination.
I like
Susan
when I
Oliver,
see
thank you,
them
Susie.
on my own, either on a
Yes.
first or later rewatch.
Exactly. Yeah. Those that kind of hit you in the face that are very blatantly obvious. But I don't want to sit there and look and pick through every single one, with a fine tooth comb type
Right.
of thing.
And there are people that do so. I've given up with that. If I see them, it's awesome. Like the uh, I'm going to really switch gears and direct this to everyone right here. What is the first in joke that all of you remember in your life when you started figuring things out about Hollywood? What is the first in joke that you remember catching where it was referring to another episode, another series? What was the inside joke that you realized someone was trying to be funny? I know this is a reach and it's going way back.
Oh, I can't even remember.
The one I'm thinking of was from Star Trek Five. Well, how come you don't know Rory Boat?
Okay. For
Um,
me, believe it or not, oh, I had it. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to phrase it a little bit differently, but okay. I was just curious, but that's way out there. So, Liz, what else did you find in this episode that you enjoyed or disliked?
Um, One thing I thought was funny is I don't know if you guys caught it or you guys have talked about it in the past, but do you notice a little bit of the background regarding Boimler and Picard?
and my
There's
wife was trying to
hi-
was mentioning something about
his
that.
green thumb because he grew up with plenty of plants and vineyard and vines and
Right,
vineyards.
but they made raisins.
Yeah, and I thought that was a perfect kind of like little.
But
Okay, they're
raisins and
modeling
grapes.
him. Yeah, they're modeling him after Picard.
Oh, okay. I think there's a symmetry with Picard. I would never accuse Boimler as being Picard in any way whatsoever. No way. I don't think Picard was, but I get it, and there are some other items. Doesn't he have Captain Picard's Day, like a poster or something about it?
Yeah, I think he does.
I think that was Captain Mariner's Day. Oh, sorry, not Captain Mariner, Captain Freeman Day. That's what he
Okay,
has.
Was it? I could swear he has something on Picard as well. I could be wrong though.
fair enough. Oh, hey, Greg, you went all blue on us.
I don't know why I can't get back to the way it was.
There it is.
There we go.
I don't have that skill. So what else,
Apparently,
Elizabeth?
I'm having trouble with it as well. So I did
So
quickly try to find a picture of the elevator. No, the elevator in Rocky Horror is more of the traditional, like hand crank black cage
okay.
elevators.
But it's interesting. I don't know if you caught this, Lil Cat. Aaron did comment that Aaron's partner did point something out along those lines as well. So I don't know.
That's because great minds think alike.
Oh, for the love of God. Okay, sure. All right. I believe it. What else? What else did you guys see in this episode? Because wow, we've actually discussed for an episode that was maybe okay. We spent a lot of time on this episode already. Michael, some of your other thoughts on this?
Um, I think you touched on it. I mean, stealing the ship was kind of funny, and then they crashed right just before they got there
Like right at the gates type
at
of
the
thing.
gate. Well, boy, but they got there fast. I mean,
Yeah.
crashing a ship, and then they were there like boom, they were there. I thought that was a little strange, but
Well, you heard the crash from the wedding.
And you saw
and
the
you saw
smoke.
The smoke.
you saw the
Yeah.
smoke.
Um, couldn't they have just called for a transport?
Well, no, because they were all at the wedding. So
Okay, well, fine, all right. So
Or a litter.
I don't know. I don't understand how they were
Or
starting the
sedan,
wedding,
or
knowing that
whatever they call it.
the
the
daughter
bride wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man.
Because then there would have been no story.
Exactly.
Did you also notice that it was the groom that walked down the aisle?
Yeah,
Yes,
did
I
catch
love that.
And then they were showing the pictures of Erica swinging her spouse across the threshold.
Yeah,
Um,
there was a few little piratey references, like the guards that first greeted the three girls. Yeah, there was a few things that were piratey that were very cute.
we hadn't seen this Orion stuff. I have to tell you, I thought it
They
was
had fun with it.
yes. I'm not sure which one of you fine gentlemen mentioned that having to, having a chance to look at the Orion culture was really neat, and in that way, it was. If this was a breakneck episode, high on drama, no, it was wonderful to learn a little bit more about Tendi and why she struggles with the denial of her culture because she is not Orion in any way whatsoever, and yet she is. She really is.
She really is. I mean,
Yeah.
she's yeah.
She's just not Orion. She's a prime to begin with. And that's what she's running from.
Yes, it was named after the city Cerritos. If you saw season 3 finale, I think they mentioned almost every ship in the California class.
Is named after a California town or
You're
city.
right.
Yes. Which is kind of cool if you think about it. Ships have specializations, so they come up with classes. I could see that. That's an interesting concept that all secondary ships or second contact ships and support ships in this class are all California. That's how you can recognize them. I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, it was
Oh,
neat.
and for your model builders out there, the round 2 will be producing a 1/1000th scale of the USS Cerritos.
Are they really?
Yes. So they had a mock up at Wonderfest, and it's now available for pre-order on one of the websites that I buy from.
We haven't had a chance to talk about this in all the time we've been watching it, but Michael, do you like this design of ship? Does it move you in any way? Is it your favorite ship? Not? You really don't
I
care?
mean, I don't care. I don't
Greg?
care.
Only because I know there's going to be an aftermarket critter, but no, it's not my favorite design. I don't like the connection between the nacelles the way it is. I don't like no obvious way to get between parts of the hull, like the Grissom. Although I love the design of the Grissom. There's like some weird spots on the hull where there's windows, but the windows are going to be looking in somebody else's windows. Yeah, no, it's not my favorite design.
Aaron?
Yeah, I feel like when I first saw it, I I was like, that's not how a starship should look. But then I feel like like in Discovery, like most of the ships in Discovery in the first like couple of episodes kind of move away from what we traditionally expect a starship to look like. So I don't know, didn't really bother me in the end.
So I love the Shunzo. I did like that one. And the bridges on on the bottom, which I thought was interesting. Um, well, I wasn't thrilled with Discovery itself.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not too much. Elizabeth, do you like the design of the California class, the Cali class?
Not really. It doesn't have the nice sleek lines like Voyager had, and I kind of miss that.
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, Voyager is far from my favorite ship, but the series, yes, I do. I do enjoy it.
Well, I'm not
Oh,
talking about the series. I'm talking about the ship. But
okay, fair enough. I'm sorry. I overstepped my bounds. I'm sorry. Okay, fair enough. So, we've spent quite a bit of time on this episode. What do you guys think about it overall?
Nah.
Yeah, that's my
mm,
feeling.
All right, then we'll start asking uh, Greg.
It wasn't horrible, so B minus.
Elizabeth, Lothcat, whoever the hell you are, NorCal girl.
B,
What?
B,
Oh, I thought she said E.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I'm going deaf. Wow. Okay, a B.
I heard her.
Michael,
Beta.
I got it the second time. Jeez. Susie, Jay, if you guys are watching the episode, what your score as well? Michael. No, wait,
Um,
hold on, wait, time out. You're gonna give
Whoa.
it a C or a C plus?
yeah, because considering it was a C minus the first time I looked at it,
Oh, that
so
high.
yeah, so it's gone up to a C plus now.
All right, I appreciate that. Aaron.
I'm gonna give it a B plus.
Okay.
I would have given it an A minus, but I just feel like the B story or C story just wasn't very good.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the storytelling in this one was a little weak.
I think Lothcat and I are finally going to be, and I'm just short of Aaron on this one. Oh, Susie says it's a B plus, so she's with you on that, Aaron. No, I go for B for Beckett because she kept getting stabbed. Oh man, I love it. I just absolutely love it. You know, it was a B for me. I enjoyed the episode terribly. I'm sorry.
I'm
I mean,
surprised you didn't give it a B plus because you wanted her to get hit more.
well, if wishes were horses. You would have been impaled by the unicorn. If wishes were horses, I'd have a unicorn. That way you can, skewer your enemies. But that's neither here nor there. So it's all
Hmm.
good. Folks, this is one of the times that it's actually run the gamut from a B plus all the way down to a C plus. It wasn't a great episode. It had its moments. It was entertaining. It was good stuff, but it wasn't all there. And I don't know because I had a chance to speak to Michael and he was disappointed and I really enjoyed it. So when I saw it a second time, I was wondering if I was overreacting, if I am that sadistic. So nope, I still laughed. I still laughed. So I don't know. How many times did you get to watch it, Aaron?
Just once.
Greg? You're gonna have to you finger puppets, you're muted. You're
You're
muted,
still
Greg.
Sorry,
no.
we had background. After Michael's comments, I thought it was going to be horrible, but I mean, it wasn't
Oh, he told you
horrible.
that too, huh?
I was there.
Yeah, he was sitting there.
It was after Thursday night's show.
But I told you it was because I had a prejudice about Orion, so that's,
True.
and I'm sure that still had a lot to do with it. So
I'm glad, Susie. I'm glad. I'm glad it was hilarious. There were moments that I did laugh out loud. I thought it was cool. It was. So I wasn't happy with episode 3, and this one brought me back. It's a comedy. It made me laugh for a few minutes. Folks, I don't know about you guys, and we are going to finish up now. We just crossed the hour. I do look forward to this. Damn you, Greg. Damn you. Damn you, Greg.
Oh, sure, Greg, sure.
Did you hear the beep go off right now?
Yeah.
He just gave me an image of my unicorn doing something. Oh my lord. Okay.
Oh,
I lost my train of thought. You know what? Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you, Greg. That was funny. It was a cool image, actually.
I didn't think you'd see it till after. I'm
Oh, it
sorry.
went pink right on my screen. Guys, this is a comedy. It's a cartoon, but I do look forward to it. Do you guys look forward to it still, even with some of the issues? Yeah, you do, huh, Aaron? How about you, Greg?
It's Trek. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Michael.
And I
Yeah,
do love.
it's Trek. So
I
yeah.
apologize. I cut you off, Greg.
I do love because it's lower decks and because the Easter egg thing is their whole shtick. I love seeing the references, even though the first episode was way too many. It was overload. Um, it was just. I do. I enjoy it.
Oops, Elizabeth.
It's Trek. I mean, and not only that, it's hysterical. And on a bad day, it just makes me feel better.
It does. It
Well,
does.
I will admit, after I looked at it, I
Mhm.
had to go back to another episode that I will admit I laughed a lot more. And that was the crossover.
Oh yes.
Oh,
I went back and looked at that after I looked at it, and then I laughed a lot more.
Strange New
So-
Worlds.
Yep.
We did the review of that episode.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. Aaron, were you with us for that episode? Yeah, huh? You
Yeah, I
were
was.
for the crossover.
Yeah.
That one was cool. Yeah. All right. Well, Greg, this is a rated for you and me image, right? This is not an image that we should show anyone else.
No, I don't think it's public. I wouldn't make it public.
It's funny though, and I appreciate it. If anything, I'll show them
You could
off
probably describe it as a unicorn getting stuck in the behind by another unicorn.
there. Yeah. That's why I'm sorry. I was trying to, explain my thought, and bink, it shows up. I'm like, oh my god. It was funny though. I do appreciate that. Well, all right, folks, this is good. We did a great review of it. I know, sorry, it's just the time thing. I know Aaron has the Sunday ahead of him. So what are some of your thoughts? 4 episodes in, Aaron. What do you think? I think that there's 3 good, 1 okay.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the last episode I wasn't too fussed on. But yeah, I'm excited to see more. More, like you said, I think this show. I'm always excited to watch this show. So long may it continue.
Yes, exactly. All right, fair enough. Michael.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, it's just. I'm glad it's Trek. And I've said that many times. I'm glad we have Trek again. It's only gone about 50% for me of ones I've liked and ones I haven't this season. So.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You weren't too fond of 3 and
Mhm.
4, I guess. Greg, and then Lothcat.
Oh no, I mean to me the menagerie one was probably the best of the season so far. But I mean they've had standout episodes, but more so because I had an affinity for what they were referencing, or there was something that stood out for me. I mean it is what it is, and I enjoy it for what it is.
Okay, Lothcat. And final question, so we can finish up. Do you have any ideas who that alien might be?
Roger.
Ooh, I was going to say the same thing.
Things are getting heated between Michael and I, as you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. That's the second shot that you come up with, which I'm not used to you doing. Elizabeth, come on. First 4 episodes.
Elizabeth made me do it.
Oh, is that what it is? No, that's all you, brother.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Greg in a way with how he said it. There's a lot of things that just don't grab me. There were definitely 3 episodes that stood out. One particular, which was the menagerie, especially Moopsie. I'm in love with Moopsie. But certain bits and pieces grab what I'm into, and I really like that particular part. And then the other part is like, yeah, they could have done better.
Okay, fair enough. If you guys want to take a stab at that alien, otherwise, folks, if you want to keep on the conversation, we can. But I think we covered this episode real well. But do you guys have any ideas on what it might be?
Not really. No.
The only
Roger's
thing I've been
unicorn.
no unicorn. The only thing I've been wondering since the beginning of the season. Remember at the end of the first season of Star Trek: The Next Generation, they had those little bug things, and they were gonna be coming, and then they dropped it. So Lower Decks is kind of like an homage to Next Generation for the most part. So I'm kind of wondering if we're gonna if that's my only speculation on that alien.
You don't think it could be something from the Delta Quadrant?
Well, it could be that too. It could be anything. It could be something completely new that we've never seen before.
Maybe
But
it could be Tin Man's cousin.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's
yeah,
the
but
only
it's
one I thought.
definitely a ship.
But it's not Tin Man ship. So
It's not a Leviathan. It's definitely a ship.
yeah.
Okay.
So who knows?
All right. Fair enough. Well, folks, good stuff. This is great. Trekking across the universe, and it's episode 4. All right. If we don't have anything else, I think we're going to be done on this episode.
Hmm.
All right. So I think I ambushed Greg on Thursday, so I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to ambush Aaron on this one because he knows how we close up and stuff. I'm going to ask Aaron to close the episode for all of us and take us out of here. So that away, Mr. Aaron.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining us for this review, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Live long and prosper.